Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining in, and I hope everybody is doing good and staying safe. This is Vignesh, and I represent Freshworks for East Africa and Egypt. I'll be talking about and discussing with you all on the AI-powered future of chatbots and also customer support. Feel free to share your views and questions. I'm happy to answer them during or after the session. A quick snapshot about Freshworks. So we started way back in the year 2010, and the first product that we launched was the help desk solution Freshdesk. In the years to follow, we have added products across customer experience phase and also on the employee experience side. And today we have 12 different products, and the latest one happens to be our advocacy solution, Fresh Success, and also our revitalized CRM, which is Freshworks CRM. As of date, our ARR, or the annual recurring revenue, is over 300 million and counting. Uh, so this specific slide talks about who our investors are. We were early funded by Capital G, and so far we have raised close to 400 million in funding. We have 12 different offices, and due to the pandemic, we have 3,000 different offices. In fact, 3,000 individual employees working out of 3,000 different homes. And we have customers across 145 different countries. We have also received accolades from reviewers and analysts. Gartner named the Freshworks as the only visionary in the Magic Quadrant for the customer engagement and contact center. To name a few customers, globally, we have the likes of Cisco, and we pretty much have the verticals covered here. From telecom to education, we have a larger set of customers. And talking specifically about Africa and Middle East, we have the likes of MultiChoice, who happen to be one of our biggest customers, Air Arabia, Aramex, PPS, and so on. Now, sliding into the topic which is of importance today, um, just going back a few years, there were a lot of talk saying the software is eating the world. This was a famous phrase used by everybody. And the software was indeed eating the world a few years back. And what actually happened was it got to a certain level where a lot of organizations started investing on software. And today, at Freshworks, we think we are all ushering a new era of AI technology eating up the software world. And the bigger fish happens to be AI. Just sample this, maybe your morning news, your weather and traffic updates, your utility bill payments, a quick bite of entertainment, or you're ordering something on the web, planning when you're planning a long weekend. At every step of your busy lives, a chatbot can now give us exactly what we need. Though it is just a simple virtual conversation, we kind of like have it all out of a chatbot. And AI offers the collective promise and the reality of automation and intelligence from technology. And the potential impact on our personal and work life happens to be massive. And now it is up to the brands and the organizations to realize this impact and either flourish or fail in the wave of disruption. Now, the next question an organization or an individual may have is why actually you need AI? And then the numbers are pretty evident to prove why you need actually AI. Today, the customers are actually demanding, and it is very evident that 47% of global customers have higher service expectations. And it is pretty natural, right? When you're paying for a service or for a product and they expect service in return. And 34% of global customers want the most valued aspect of a service or having support. And one third of global customers reach out to organizations over three or more channels. This is kind of like evident, and I personally checked this myself when my mom, who had not adapted to technology really well, and after the pandemic happened, she had to go to a bank to generate bank statements and all that. And I figured out one day she was using the WhatsApp for business number of the bank, and she was getting all her account statements and all her transactions done just through the bot. And it was kind of like an eye opener for me. It was not just the generation X, or we call them as millennials. It is also the previous generations. They are trying out newer ways to ensure they get the work done easier. And at the end of the day, it's all about self empowerment and self help. And I'm pretty sure AI is actually doing that to a great level. Moving on, and today the customers actually want everything. It's about accurate answers, it's about speedy resolution, and also about round the clock support. Uh, Talking about accurate answers, gone are the days when we used to send out an email or call the customer support team and wait for the answers to come. Today, through a bot, you can actually have accurate and also speedy answers. In fact, it's available across channels and it makes life simpler for end customers too. And talking about round the clock support, it's kind of like noticeable to note 64% of global customers want round the clock support. And it is very evident when you're going to have your insurance renewal coming up for your vehicle and you're planning on a road trip. And you figure out that you have not done your insurance renewal, and you again go and talk to a bot of the insurance organization, have the payment link generated, and you pay through that. That is how I think we are moving to a stage where bot and also human intervention can really go ahead and help organizations across the globe. Now, how we can help is through our chatbot solutions and our help desk solutions. While it's important for brands to understand what AI is in order to have some sense of its purpose and potential, it's more important to have a clear understanding of how your business wants to engage with its customers. And this requires an honest appraisal of your current engagement model and also a pragmatic view into where it must move, both in near and long term. But we kind of like experts in not just building products, but we are good at doing this change management from Freshworks. And we would help you in this journey when you want to start this journey of AI and chatbots in your organization. Right. Now, what next, in fact, in terms of chatbots and AI powered tools? From the many implementations I have, I would like to call them as improvement projects that are used in AI. We have seen with customers here, there are four major ways in which AI can work for your support systems. The first, AI can avoid a lot of tickets in that sense, the conversations coming in, and they can go ahead and also solve and also route tickets accordingly to your internal teams and also help your agents to assist them. Borrowing words from Julius Caesar, I wanted to put it in such a way that I avoid, I deflect, I route, and I also assist. So in this way, it is going to empower not just your end customers, but also your internal teams who are going to be supporting your customers. Now let's break this down. How does AI help you to solve tickets? Let's take an example here and let's take a scenario, by the way. John and family just decided that they should do something for the weekend and they figured they may be going to the zoo. So they want to make sure they get the most out of the day and want to find out whether the zoo is open after the pandemic. Let's see what happens. Mrs. John tries calling the zoo, but she doesn't have an answer. And Mr. John then learns that this zoo has a bot availability in their website and across channels. So what we have done, we have made it super easy for you to add new ones, new bots, create new bots in this platform, and also add answers to the existing ones. So if there are like questions that need to be asked about timings of the zoo, you can relate all these specific questions and map it to your specific answer. Or the next step would be to actually going ahead and creating more questions or related questions, what you can expect from customers. And the good thing, this is cognitive in nature and the bot learns on its own. And the next step would be to understand what happens if a response is going to be provided. Either you need to take an action or it goes into the agent for further resolution. In the bot, you can have this configured in ensuring that you avoid tickets, the first level tickets that are coming in, or the first level conversations that are coming in. There you go. So in this bot flow, you can go ahead and book your tickets. If I'm going to be John, I would do that. Or if I'm not going to have a resolution, I would then route this, the bot would then route this to end agent. And this is how we actually put it on the website. It's not just on the website. The bot is repeatable across different channels, be it WhatsApp for business, which happens to be the preferred mode of communication for most of the customers now, or on Facebook Messenger, we kind of like have it covered in wherever you want the bots to be. And now the next important aspect, how to avoid tickets coming in. I go back to the age-old example of any customer who wanted to book a cab. I believe Uber kind of like revolutionized this. Gone are the days back in my world where I had to book a taxi and wait for the driver to come in. Now, the three important questions are actually addressed, and this is smart AI, in fact. The bot is actually placed on the screen, and the questions that I was asking to a call center is now answered right away. The arrival time, the pickup point, the cab location, and whatnot. In this way, you would be in a position to actually avoid tickets that were coming in to your customer center before. Now, there is a problem now. John has actually landed in the zoo and figures out the most important show in the zoo, the penguin show, is cancelled. To have avoided this scenario, he just gets a text or a message in his mobile from the zoo saying either they can go ahead and seek for a refund or have the tickets for another day, assigned for another day. In this way, you're not just actually helping the customer, but you're also ensuring he sticks with you for life. And that way, you're retaining a customer. And the most important aspect is to route tickets. If you're going to be a customer support team who would be having 100 or 150 agent call center, the most important aspect today, your call center team not just attends to emails or they respond to your incoming phone calls. They are also replying to various channels. We have this omni-channel help desk, and we also have this capability called skill-based routing with AI. So what happens is that you can build specific skills and route tickets accordingly. So for example, if an agent is going to be great at handling phone calls, you would be just assigning phone tickets to him. If someone is going to be great at handling social media queries, then you can send specific conversations to them. Or there would be agents who are considered as all-rounders. You can go and assign tickets to them. In this way, what our AI specific solution Omni Route does is that it goes and assigns tickets to relevant agents in your organization. And the final thing, the overall, the bot is not just for the end customer. It is also to assist agents. When you had your help desk integrated with existing systems, or at least enrich them with data from other business systems, your AI technology can have even greater power to resolve tickets. Here is an example on the screen where we call the agent assist bot that helps the customer service agent to go through a set of questions about the customer and finally have it resolved. And now, coming back to John, they figured out they would be using the penguin tickets for another day. And as I told before, they would be happy customers and you would have them for life. Finally, how we can help here. As an organization or as a brand, you have to ask the most important question, are we ready to get started? But for many organizations and to go with this tide, you have to think big and start small. And at Freshworks, we would be happy to kind of like get this journey started for you. And the most important discussion points that I would leave it open to you would be, where is your customer support today? And where do you want to take it in the days to come? And where can AI help you in your customer support environment? And the most important question to ask is that, will AI actually replace your agents or assist them? It is going to be a combination, according to us, where your agents and also AI-enabled chatbot or any of the AI-enabled solutions are going to work in sync with each other. And the final question is AI good enough for your customer support, or you need more of other mechanisms to actually go ahead and solve customer queries? With that, I kind of like conclude this session. And thanks a lot for being wonderful audience. We would be happy to take your questions. Feel, please feel free to reach out to us in case if you have any questions and get started with your AI journey. Thanks a lot. Have a great day and have a rest of the session as a good one. Thank you.
Thank you, Vignesh, for your presentation. It was very insightful. We actually do have a question which has come in. So I request you to please stop your presentation and then you can take the question. The question is coming from D. Ramaswamy, Chief Digital and Technology Officer, Banking, Wellness and Rewards at MMI Holdings. His question is, are you at all solving for NLP outside of English language interactions at the call center?
Sure. We have NLP capabilities built in, and we have specific languages to address to. I would be happy to kind of like get in touch with Mr. Ramaswamy, Deshan Ramaswamy. and I can help him out because NLP in itself is a bigger topic of discussion, and I can help him on how this can be addressed, in fact. And the short answer from me, yes, we do actually support NLP, and we can actually go ahead and solve questions coming out from other languages.
That's great. Thank you so much, Vignesh. And of course, a reminder, you can get in touch with Vignesh directly. You can also visit partner booth. Just click on the Freshworks logo and you can connect with the team digitally, and they'll help you out with all your questions. Thank you so much, Vignesh, for joining us today.
Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.